What's up everybody, it's your boy Nate. Now this right here is the GoPro Hero 9 Black, which is a little action camera weighing just under 6 ounces, boasting 5K video recording, 20 megapixel photos, 2 displays, time lapses, slow motion, super smooth stabilization, and a whole lot more features. Oh yeah, all of this for under $400. Yeah, we were skeptical too. We decided to pick one up and test it out for ourselves. And to be completely honest, my first impressions of this were not great. But after spending some more time with it, I honestly think this might be a camera that you guys want to consider for your video arsenal. I'm super excited. I know you are too. All right, let's go. Okay, so a friend of mine recently got one of these for his birthday and asked me for his opinion. At the time, I actually only had this for about 1 week, and I went on and on about my disappointment with the low light sensitivity, the field of view, and overall video quality. But now that it's been about 3 weeks of having this, I gotta say my opinions on this GoPro have expanded. Now don't get me wrong, I still think those issues that I talked about still remain and are pretty problematic. However, I now find a greater appreciation for what this GoPro does best, which is image stabilization, ruggedness, and minimalism. Okay, so let's talk about the design of this. So first off, this tiny little cube is just about 5 by 7 centimeters and only about 3 centimeters deep, which means this is a super tiny camera. I can literally fit it like in the palm of my hand, you know, and if I was like a little magician, bam, you wouldn't even know that I'm like vlogging when I'm out and about. But at a super small, low profile, sleek black design, I gotta say, you already know BLACKMIXTURE is gonna love it, because over here we like it black, and the GoPro Hero 9 Black does exactly what it needs to do, which is keep a low profile and still remain rugged. The materials of this feel premium and quality. Not only do we get this like metal feeling carbon fiber body, we also have these edges that have this rubbery tactile texture, which honestly just feels really, really great. And if you guys ever get the GoPro Hero 9 Max lens mod, even the case of this feels really premium. It's like this really nice rubber. I don't know why they don't make more camera lenses and camera stuff out of this material, because I think it works really great. And it feels like it's not going to get scratched up, and no matter how much I touch it, it's not really getting these fingerprints. However though, the displays on the GoPro are some of the lower quality features that they have on this. It doesn't look like GoPro shelled out that much in the display technology, because the front facing camera, no matter what frame rate you're filming in, is always going to be having this low refresh rate, so you can't even tell what your video is going to look like. And that's kind of disappointing. And then also this touchscreen on the back is not like a 5-point capacitive touchscreen or even a 10-point capacitive touchscreen. It actually just feels like it is a 1-point touchscreen. Every single action kind of gets a little bit more delayed. It's almost like you're using one of those touchscreens from the early 2000s. And that is really disappointing, because it is the entire back of this GoPro. But despite the lackluster displays, I gotta say, I love the GoPro design. And when it comes to being a camera that feels good to carry, GoPro has to be one of the top cameras up there, because it feels like a fidget spinner for cameras. You can literally toss this around and just throw it in your hands and feel pretty good just messing around with these little things and not worrying that's going to break on you. So that's kind of cool to have. This combination of this rubbery tactile metal, for lack of better words, it just feels good. So there's only 2 buttons on the GoPro. There's going to be one on the top, which is the record button, and then there's also one on the side right underneath the 9 Black logo, and that is the power button. Once the camera's on, it also alternates the modes when you click it. Now, if this was an older GoPro model, that would be it in terms of operating it. However, this one has a fully active touchscreen display. Since this entire back is also a touchscreen, you get to operate the GoPro and do all of the settings through that, which is pretty nice. And if you don't even like using the touchscreen, then you could go through kind of the annoying process of hooking this up to your phone and then controlling the GoPro that way. So it's not a really difficult camera to just pull out of your bag, push even the record button, and start filming. So that's actually really impressive with the GoPro. Now, the main reason why I bought this GoPro Hero 9 over some of the earlier editions is specifically because of this front-facing display. which they've had displays in the past, but they would only show you status information like how many minutes you're recording, how many shots you've taken. But now we get a full screen display which actually shows a live preview of what you're filming, which seems like the perfect companion for someone who's trying to vlog. When it comes to using these GoPros, you're not really sure what shots you were getting before. You're kind of just guessing when you're pointing at yourselves, but now we actually get a screen to see exactly what it is that we're looking at. It is disappointing that it's not the highest quality display, but at the same time, this is a $400 camera, and the technology to even have to like send this to 2 different screens is actually kind of taxing on the processor. So I understand that it's a little bit low resolution and a little bit low refresh rates. I'll give it to them for now, but I would definitely like to see an improvement in the future. Now, footage on the GoPro Hero 9 Black is pretty hit or miss. If you're outside on a beautiful sunny day, you're probably gonna get a really nice shot. You might get a lot of details in there. You're gonna be able to see the background, yourself. A lot of great things are gonna be in focus. Colors are probably gonna look vibrant. However, once you take this GoPro indoors, if it's nighttime or anything less than just blasting sun, you are most likely gonna get a pretty garbage looking shot. And at first I was really sad about this because after reviewing the footage comparisons from my Note 20 Ultra, which is pretty good at shooting anything, anytime, anywhere, and then comparing it to this GoPro, which I thought was gonna do that anywhere, anytime, anything, I was really disappointed. However, I started to look a little bit more back into the videos that I took with both these cameras, and I realized that once I started using my Note 20 as a vlogging camera, the image was just so choppy. It reminded me of when I was using my DSLR as well. There's just no image stabilization that is good enough to not give you this kind of jittery feeling or a little bit nauseating feeling when watching the footage for too long. Now with the GoPro, even though the footage wasn't the best quality, the contrast may have been too high, some parts of the image might have been a little bit noisier. For the most part, looking at the video on the GoPro just felt a lot better. Like, I want you guys to take a look for yourselves. There really is just something about the GoPro Hero 9 Black's image stabilization that just is clean and flows. Now, I know that I can freeze frame anytime, any part of this GoPro footage and probably nitpick the colors, dynamic range, high contrast, optical distortion, but when I actually play this footage back, there's just something so immersive about having smooth video movement that just makes me forget. It's actually one of the reasons I think that I can even sit through watching a longer vlog shot on a GoPro without feeling nauseous at all while someone's just walking through a city versus something shot on someone's phone for even just a few seconds. Even when the lighting of this is not the best and the artifacting gets really bad, the camera still looks really smooth, and that makes up for a lot of things that the image lacks. Now, I want you guys to check out this clip I shot on the GoPro using their additional GoPro Max lens mod, which creates a wider angle and lets you flip around the camera without having to worry. And even though this is being shot in a super nonchalant manner, it looks almost like I'm using a motorized gimbal, because that's pretty much the only way that a shot like this would have been able to have been done before, which is like a whole nother setup in itself. Comparing the two images side by side doesn't really showcase just how different it is an experience in using this GoPro, because you can just shoot this without trying and still get a pretty great shot. Okay, so with all that said, would I recommend the GoPro Hero 9 Black? Well, that depends on the type of shooting that you're going to be doing. If you plan to shoot home videos around the house or even your next Sundance film, you know, maybe this GoPro is not going to be for you. But if you plan on going out of town, seeing some really dope sights, maybe even do some vlogging on the go, and you want a camera that's not going to intrude on your experience and journeying about, then I definitely think that this GoPro Hero 9 Black is for you. And yes, I know that there is a GoPro Hero 10 and a GoPro Max, and the reasons why I don't really recommend those ones is just because the GoPro 10's video quality didn't look that great, and in fact in some cases actually performed worse than the GoPro Hero 9 Black. And also the GoPro Max, it looks pretty cool. You can get great 360 footage, but as a person who has had experience working with 360 footage, it's just a pain in the ass to ever have to like export your clips and, you know, do all this camera motion and post. You want something that's not going to really be so much effort. The minimalism of this GoPro Hero 9 Black is really what I love about it, and that's why I think it deserves a well-deserved Black Mixture stamp of approval. Wow, I honestly never thought I would say that. I've had a GoPro Hero 3 and I was really disappointed from it back then. And then when I got this, I was actually disappointed as well. You know, I really stuck it through. I spent so much more time looking at this and really considering the fact that, hey, this camera I can take around, doesn't weigh too much. I can just toss in my backpack, turn it on, get some cool shots, put it away, and you know, just go about my day without really feeling like it's gonna take up so much space. So yeah, that is it for this camera. It is one that I did not really want to like, but ended up loving the more I've had it. So if you guys are curious to see more shots taken with this GoPro, or even just more tips and tricks, make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram at BLACKMIXTURE. Also, while you're at it, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and also why not go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you ding that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the super dope stuff that we got planned, because we're going to be doing a lot more for you guys that you don't want to miss. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you on the next one. Peace.